mà ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ́rọ̀ pa orí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà ọ̀tọ̀ láì bá dé. Tread softly, dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ibi tí ẹ là dálé ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn ń lọ wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ra òmònú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ fi jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tí ẹ là dálé ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ là dálé ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a là dálé ayé, àgbàdo ti ti tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlàmù tí ọ̀rọ̀ ní ọ̀lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri àgbèrè tó wọ́n ti fi gbogbo bàjọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni.
Yes, so good evening, my people. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jabbajantis Show. Thank you for connecting with me tonight from whatever part of the world you are joining from. It's a pleasure to have you tonight. I greet all my people on YouTube. I greet the people on Twitter and my real G's on Facebook. You're all special to me, and I really appreciate you all. Also, I greet the invisible listeners. There's somewhere there, but you don't really know them, except you meet them somewhere and they tell you, "Oh, we're enjoying your show." You never know um, they exist as part of this family. So I greet you wherever you are, and I greet those who are not chanced to join live, but who makes a point of duty to always watch the repeat of the show. I greet you also, whatever time you will be catching up this version of the show. Right. Please, as you are coming in, help me share this show on your platforms. Help me invite somebody, tag somebody. Just bring this to the attention of as many people as you can. You might be saving lives. Especially what we want to discuss tonight. It's so important, it's so critical, and it affects every one of us. Every single one of us is affected. And, you know, you might learn one or two things from the discussion tonight. And from time to time, please continue to press the love and like button just to keep the show alive, for the algorithms to know that something is happening. Thank you very much. I don't sometimes, keep track of what is happening in real time because I just get engrossed in what I'm saying. So it's sometimes after the show that I see that some people give me stars, um, you know, but I'm unable to mention their names while we're on the show because the platform I use don't really show me in real time unless I go back into Facebook. So I thank you very much for those who sent me stars last week. But I always make sure that I go back to your post to show my appreciation. So thank you very much for all that you do. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for sending those little tokens along my way. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Ojo Nitinyo. Right. Let's get straight into who are we taking to the high table tonight. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ni. Ẹ̀gbọ́n yarí o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n yarí o. It's good to have you back. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ kálẹ́ o. Ṣé wà dáadáa? Yeah, great to have you back on the high table. I know ìgbà tẹ́ ṣì máa ń jẹ́ number one yẹn àti the level pé a máa ń fáwọn èèyàn ní treat, but gbogbo time tí ẹ wọlé mọ́ yẹn àwọn èèyàn ti ń gbádùn lọ. So, but it's good that you enjoy the special treat that we've been giving anyone that gets to the high table. So, ẹ má rìn o, wọ́n máa wá gbé yín ni o, wọ́n máa wá gbé yín láti ibi tẹ́ wà yẹn. Ẹsẹ̀ yín ò ní kanlẹ̀ rárá, and they take you to the high table. Wọ́n á wá máa fún yín massage. Wọ́n ti mọ̀ bọ́ ṣe máa ṣe. Tó bá ti jẹ́ obìnrin ló ń lọ high table, àwọn ọkùnrin tó wọ́n fluffy, wọ́n ti mọ̀ páwọn làwọn resume duty. So alẹ́ yìí náà báyìí àwọn Jesus baby ló máa handle yín. Ẹ̀yin kan gbára dúró, ẹ má stiff ara rárá. Ẹ jẹ́ kan tọ́jú yín. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ni kẹ́ máa pè o. Ìgbín aláta, omi inú àgbọn, anything, gbogbo ẹ̀ ní kẹ́ béèrè fún while the show continues. Ẹ̀yin kan máa gbádùn lọ. If you also want to enjoy that sort of a treat, be the first person to enter the platform next week. Right, ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí yín. God bless you. Shoops! Ó máa tòjọ́ mẹ́ta. I've missed you. Kí ló dé tó sá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Ṣé oorun ni? Because mo mọ̀ pé ò bàjẹ́ oorun náà. So probably that is what has been depriving you of the show. It's good to have you back on the show, Mr. Smash the Love Button. Thank you very much for always being there. Ẹ̀bùn mo kí ẹ ọmọ ìyá mi ṣó wà pa o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣe kinní yẹn fún ẹ lálẹ́ yìí o. Wọ́n ṣe fún ẹ lálẹ́. Better luck next time. Papa, mo kí yín brother mi. Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. It's good to have you on the show as well. Thank you for sending me star last week. God bless you. Right. Ó ti yọ̀ǹda fẹ́ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n lálẹ́. Yeah, that's good. Right. Great. Let's get straight into the show. Ẹ jẹ́ wò báyà signal clear. Torí àwọn kan máa ń borí wọlé tí ẹ̀mí máa kàn sí fún mi pé wọ́n wà lórí ètò. I see you, my brother, Olawande Olatunji. Sure, sir. God bless you for joining tonight. It's a pleasure to have you. Obolinko. Right. Let's get straight into the discussion for tonight. And as more people turns up, I will, say hi to them. And if you're on the show and you want me to give you a shout out, just, say hello, Yorùbá ní ẹni tó kí ẹni tí ò kí ni kú ilé ó pàdánù ẹ̀ káàbọ̀. So just say hi to me and then I will also give you a shout out. Right, so what do we have for tonight? The discussion is titled Hard Times, and the focus is on things to remember during hard times. Now, let me start this way. The most sensitive time to advise someone is when they are going through hard times. This is a time when people are, extra or hypersensitive. This is a time when people are tender. This is a time when people are confused. This is a time when every word you say to somebody at that time feels like you are condemning them or you are adding to their problem. As much as people need support in hard time, this is when I'm most careful around people. Unless they seek for my help expressly. Unless they get me involved, I try to stay on my lane and just, offer whatever palliative support that is within my reach and try to talk less. If you don't talk even at that time, it's problem. I mean, if you're close to some people, but at that moment, they're not even ready to hear some of the things that should be said to them. Mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé mi ń tọ̀yàn. Sídà ò fẹ́ gbọ́ àbí ká má sọ. So, applying emotional intelligence, I would rather just, stay in my lane. But if such people now take that step of um, faith, or that bold step, yeah, bold step is the right word, to say, you know what, let me seek help. Let me seek this person's opinion. Let me talk to somebody. Then, wọ́n ti fún ẹni liberty torí wọ́n ready àti fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ nìyẹn. Then you can offer, whatever advice you have. And even in doing that, you also have um, um, to be intelligent, to know what to say and what not to say. Um, or to know how to say certain things so that you don't really complicate or mess their life further. And this is why it is important that we have this sort of conversation ahead of hard times. Now that, everything seems a bit um, easy, smooth for us. Of course, using that word, it's not, it does not mean an absence of, things you're dealing with. There's nobody whose life is just um, um, plain sailing. It's full of bumps and and all kinds of um, highs and lows. But speaking in terms of, okay, nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ṣì nǹkan tó normal là ń báyìí, this is the time that I think we can have this sort of conversation for you to keep it somewhere, so that when that time hits you, you can go into this um, library of life and take some of these things you will hear tonight and apply them. Because nígbà tí ojú ogun bá le gan, àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kò ní wọ̀ ẹ́ létí o. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kò ní ṣe sọ. Because that time you're going through extra stress. The intensity of what you're going through might shake you to your core that, tell me about body elako. So prior to those time, you should have built some sort of coping strategies, coping mechanisms to be able to handle that period. And if you read the caption of my post, I said it is not strength that takes you through hard time. Because gbogbo nǹkan tó máa ń sọ fún wa ní pé be strong o, be strong, be strong o. Ọmọ kò sẹ́ni tó máa débi ẹrù tí ò ní weak o. But what takes you through hard time and get you to the other side is wisdom. The ability to take series of wise decisions. But this is hard during hard times. Because during hard times, you're seeking immediate answers, you're seeking immediate solutions. You just want to get out of that situation ASAP. Some even ignore how the situation has developed over time. So ogun tó fi 20 years pilẹ̀ sínú ayé ẹ̀, tó wá lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀rù alẹ́ ọjọ́ kan tó rò pé a máa gbébi yẹn fò. No, kò sí májíìkì, wàá là kọjá náà ni. So, and that is why you benefit from, this discussion tonight. When we talk of hard times, it varies. Different thing ló lè la lè categorize as hard times. But generally, when things are not just smooth for you, and hard times could hit you in different dimensions, and the level of intensity will differ. So coping skills are, invaluable for overcoming hard times, and you need to develop them ahead of time. And you need to understand what will work for you. But because I can't determine what you'll be dealing with or what you're dealing with, it will be difficult to get into specifics. So everything we'll be discussing tonight just borders on whatever you might be going through. You have to remember these things when the hard time comes, because they would help you. They would help you to get through. I want to start by establishing the fact that life is not smooth. Is not a plain, tarred highway. No, it's a rough road, right? So it's one damn thing after the other. So tó bá ti la ilé ìkọjá tán tó rò pé òun sinmi, another thing á tún yọjú. Now, hard times àwọn ẹlòmíì frequent because láti bí àfọwọ́fà àti tiwọn ni. So hard times can fall on people either through their own, poor decision making. So the hard time will come in form of the consequence of their poor choices. You can't run away from it. You have to face it. Wọ́n ní ìlú tó bá fa òjò, orí ara ẹ̀ ní ìrọ̀lẹ́. In tó bá fọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ pè tó bá dé, o gbọ́dọ̀ sá. Torí ìbọn náà. And when talking to people and I get to the background of what they're dealing with, oftentimes it's their own making. And now they want a magical way out. No, I try to, let them understand that no, ẹ máa láti là kíní ìkọjá ni. Torí àwọn kan báyìí lẹ́ṣẹ̀. Tẹ́ fi bára yín níbí. So there's no shortcut out. You find a shortcut, you mess it up further. So another way hard times might come is, through the natural order of life. Because ayé pé méjì, what you can control and what you can't control. So if you do everything right in terms of what you can control, it only control lè gbéṣẹ́ ẹ̀ dé. And when that happens, there's nothing you can do about it. because it's outside your control. Bá a ṣe kọ́ nìyẹn, bá a ṣe pinnu ẹ̀ nìyẹn, bá a ṣe ṣètò ẹ̀ nìyẹn. But kò sóhun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò nídìí. Everything that needs to go wrong will go wrong for what needs to go right to go right. So when situations like that happen, you need to come to the point of acceptance. Just accept. It's okay. At least gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kí n ṣe ni mo ṣe. Tí ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí àfọwọ́fà mi kọ́. So ó nídìí tó fi ṣẹlẹ̀. So when you understand where the hard time is coming from, then it helps you. It puts you in the right perspective on how to flow with the current. Hard times also might come through, maybe economic turmoil, where, the nation is just in a bad situation, either through the mismanagement of the leaders or natural disaster or, war or whatever thing. And oftentimes, tí irú yẹn bá ṣẹlẹ̀, kò ní jẹ́wọ́ nìkan. Gbogbo ìlú ló máa affect. Àbí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní section bì kan. Àbí a particular demographic will be affected. So irú yẹn sì wá rí pé no, àrùn tó ń ṣabọ́yadé gbogbo ọlọ́ya ló ń ṣe. And each person will now try to, find a way to get themselves going or to get themselves out of the situation. In this circumstance as well, you need to be very careful not to keep your focus too much on what others are doing to get away and think the same applies to you. You have to focus on your life, understand the resources you have, and see what strategy works best for you to get out. Somebody is doing 1, 2, 4, 10. You might have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tó bá fẹ́ copy wọ́n ṣe jump láti 4 sí 10 yẹn, ibi tí wọ́n máa land sí lè má dáa. So it's important that you understand what type of hard time you're facing or how it came about. Because this is the beginning of everything. You must accept. I'm going through this. Nǹkan báyìí ló dẹ̀ fà. Bóyá fọwọ́ fà mí ni o. Bóyá sànmọ́nì tó ń lọ́tìrín ní ìgboro ni o. Bóyá, àyànmọ́ ni àbí àkọọ́lẹ̀. You must understand whatever it is. And then from there, you now move to the what I would say is the second thing you need to know. So the first thing is for you to understand and accept, the change of tide, the hard time to today. And the second thing is for you to be calm and patient in this time. Yes, it sounds crazy, but we're talking of wisdom here, not strength. As human, when we are going through bad times, we're going through hard times, we're naturally compelled to want to do something to get us out immediately. Quick fix. But The danger is at this time, oftentimes we're not thinking straight. In moments like this, we're very rash. And if we take decisions in moments like this, we might make the situation worse. In this moment, you don't even know whether you are taking the right decision or the wrong decision because you are in that confused state of mind. You need clarity of thought before you can take decisions. And this comes with time. You need to be patient in this moment. In stormy situations, when you try to struggle with um, the water and just the more energy you use in that moment to save yourself, the weaker you become, and the higher the chance of you getting drowned. But when you are able to stay calm in that moment, and don't overexert yourself in trying to find a quick solution out, you are likely to survive. Yes, in your mind, you're feeling everything is crumbling. You know, the situation is like slipping out of control. This one will be due the next time. That will be due the next time, and everything is just in a mess. So how do you now mean I should be patient in this situation? Yeah, because that's what you need to do. So I'll give you this analogy. If you find yourself in a muddy environment and then somehow you struggle to come out, your thinking will be to rush straight to where there's water and to wash, you know, that mud off your feet. You can be there for the next 7 hours. Bó bá ṣe ń fọ ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ni àmọ̀ yẹn á máa pọ̀ sí. If I'm lying, you can try this. So eléyìí ò ń ṣe fàbú o. Lọ tẹsẹ̀ bọ́nú ẹrọ̀fọ̀ àmọ̀ and come out and try to wash it off. Wàá pẹ́ ń bẹ̀ gan. Gan ni. Bó ṣe ń fọ̀ sí ló ń pọ̀ sí. But you can sit for just 15-30 minutes and that soil will harden up on your feet. Tó bá jan ẹsẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ báyìí, wàá rí tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa crack off kúrò lẹ́sẹ̀ ẹ̀. Tó jan ẹsẹ̀ kejì náà mọ́lẹ̀ báyìí, wàá rí tá crack off kúrò lẹ́sẹ̀ ẹ̀. Or tó bá tiẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe stressing pò ń jan ẹsẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, lọ di omi at that time tó ti gan. Ẹ̀kan tó bá tẹ omi sí báyìí, gbogbo ẹ̀ máa jábọ́ kúrò lára ẹ̀. You can either waste water, be there for 3 hours, getting frustrated because bó ṣe ń fọ̀ ló ń pọ̀ sí, or wait 30 minutes, let it dry, and then just go and rinse it off. This is the illustration of what you need to do in hard time. Calm down. Don't rush in taking decision. Sleep over the matter. Rò sọ́tún, rò ó sósì. Tó bá láwọn tó lọ́gbọ́n láround ẹ, bá wọn sọ, kó gbọ́ opinion wọn. Tó bá máa fi fọjọ́ méjì, ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tó kàn fi calm ara ẹ down, wàá rí pé you will be in a better state of mind to take a wise decision tí ò ní complicate issue further. Right. The next thing you need to remember is this. You must always remind yourself that you have survived a hard time before. Tí ìgbà bá dé tó le, a máa ń gbàgbé wípé a ti la ìgbà kan náà tó le kọjá rí ká tó débi. Wherever you are today, you didn't get there just by having everything easy. You went through stuff. So you must always bring back to your remembrance that you have survived hard times before. And after this one you're going through, when you survive, another one will still come. This will build in you confidence that you can survive this one. This will build in you resilience that no matter how many times this one knock me down, I will get up. And this will remind you some of the strategies you used in overcoming the hard time of the previous times that you can call upon to apply this time around as well. And suddenly you begin to see a spark of light. You begin to see possibilities in what you're going through. You begin to see that ọ̀nà lè là, ó lè work. Kíní ò ní gbé mi mì. Kò ní gbẹ̀mí mi. And then you start to build strength, you start to build confidence, and you start to take it one step at a time. When David faced Goliath, according to the story in the Bible, with no military training, he said he was going to face him. Saul gave him, all the necessary gear that a military officer would wear to the war. Kò lè gbéra. In tó believe nínú ẹ̀, òun ló mú dání lọ. And when he got into the presence of Goliath, first thing he reminded of himself that I have once faced a bear when I was tendering the sheep of my father. I confronted that bear alone and killed it. He also reminded himself a similar situation with the lion and how he survived. And he said, the Lord has saved me from these two creatures, would also strengthen me to overcome you. So he likened what he's facing at that moment to those other creatures he overcame, because they're all beasts. He put them in the same category. Beasts of the field, and this one beast of the land. Or beast of the jungle, and then beast of the land. And he used the same strategy, his sling and stone. So whether the story is true or not, what I want us to infer from it is the principle of reminding yourself that you have survived a previous situation before and you are where you are today. And this one too, you will also survive. This one will not be your end. When you do this, you're building strength, you're building resilience. And these two things you will need to be able to survive this hard time. The next thing you need to remind yourself when going through hard time is that Igbanio is just a season. It will come and go. A season never lasts. Only bere olokme. It will come and go. Nothing lasts forever. Just like I mentioned in my introduction, life is one damn thing after the other. It's a series of ups and downs. When you're going up, it's very thrilling, it's exhilarating. But sometimes when you're descending, it's frightening. Because it's like there's no control. It's a free fall. You don't know how you will land. You don't know if you will survive the crash. But you must remember that it's a roller coaster. It goes round. Yíyí láyé ń yí o. Yíyí ni. Yíyí ló ń yí. So bó ṣe rí tó ń bọ̀ ńlẹ̀ yẹn, á kàn tó padà sókè ni. Bó ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn. You will climb again. You will recover what you lost again. You will smile again. You will get back to the top again. You must stay in this positive mindset. It's just the order of life. It's the design of life. You will climb again. It may take time, but you will get up again. You can fall 7 times. You will get up 7 times. This is very important. Ìgbàkígbà tó wù kẹ́dà máa là kọjá, máa rántí, it will pass. Bó ti wù kórun kò mú tó sánmọ̀ jújù díẹ̀ yóò wá. Bó ti wù káyé wá ládùn, yóò lákòókò ẹkún rẹ̀. Méjì ni o. Bó ṣe wá náà ló máa lọ. So in that moment, you need to comfort yourself with this truth that nothing lasts forever, and that includes hard times. Now, another thing you need to remind yourself when you are facing hard time and you are plotting your way out of hard time, you must not be fixated only on one solution. When you're going through hard times, this is a time when you need to have an expansive mind. You must be open-minded. You must not just be fixated on this is the only way out. Yes, hard times like sometimes leave us very hyper focused on the issue and we don't consider anything else. All we see is just dead end, roadblock, no way. Because the only way we consider way out is blocked. And we stay stuck in our mind. Because the only solution we know, not ló ti dín yẹn náà. However, you must remember there are so many other ways to come out of a bad situation. But you can only see these new ways if you keep an open mind. When you don't keep your focus only on the problem, when you allow your mind to do what it's created to do, which is to think. When you don't close it up, when you don't arrest it, when you don't cage it. Hard times are the times when you should be at your best level of creative thinking. This is the time when you should do more research. This is the time when you should do more digging. Because, listen, kò sí n tó ń là kọjá tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ló kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí. Àwọn ànábì kan ti là kọjá ṣáájú ẹ̀. Ó ti ṣàwọn kan rí tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé bọ́n ṣe jáde nínú ẹ̀. But at that moment tó ṣe é yẹn, á dàbí pé kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Gómìnà kan ní Ọ̀yọ́ state ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. But ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Ó ti ṣàwọn kan rí. So tó bá gbégbésẹ̀ láti wádìí, láti tọpinpin, tó wò ó pé irọ́ o, ẹ̀sìn mi ò gba eléyìí, religion mi ò gba eléyìí, kinní kan, tó ṣáà ń close gbogbo wọn fi eléyìí lọ, onírọ́ wọn fi tọ̀hún lò, kí ló wá fẹ́ ṣe? You must also remember every hard time that comes your way gives you an opportunity to get wiser. You must learn something tó bá ń la nǹkan kọjá. Tígbà bá da èèyàn kì í kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ìgbà tí nǹkan bá burú, tí nǹkan ò bá lọ dáadáa, ìgbà yẹn lẹ̀dá máa ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. So, when you fall on hard times and you are open-minded to new solutions, to new possibilities, then you would have new experiences. You will know more things. Torí ibi tó ti ń wá nǹkan kan, wà tún pàdé nǹkan kan pé so kinní náà wà níbí. Wà tún mú dání torí ó máa wúlò fún ẹ ní ìrìn àjò ẹ láyé. But tó bá jẹ́ pé bó ṣe ń ṣe nǹkan bọ̀ yẹn náà ló ṣáà tún fẹ́ fi ṣejú eléyìí náà, á wá dàbí pé kò sí solution, á kàn dàbí pé o wà stuck. So you must always remember that there is more than one way to get out of whatever hard time you're going through. But you would not find these other ways if you don't keep your mind open, if you don't allow yourself to seek these new ways. Another thing you must remember in hard time is that you have people around you that you can talk to, that can help you, that you can reach out to. And that's why it's important to build quality people around you, not nuisance. Èèyàn ló nílò láyé, kì í ṣe èrò. So that when tough time comes, you have quality people around you to reach out to for solution, for guidance, for just, to lean on kí gbogbo ìgbà yẹn fi kọjá. Kò ń ṣe dandan kó máa dá rìn gan, kó máa dá ṣe. Yes, sometimes we're going through situations that we feel yẹ tí n bá wájá sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló fẹ́ ṣe sí, kò lè rí nǹkan ṣe sí náà. Ó kàn lè tún máa rojọ́ mi káàkiri ni. Wọ́n lè lọ dá yẹ̀yẹ́ mi lẹ̀ níbi báyìí and stuff like that. Yes, sometimes we feel like that. And if that is your situation, then you might have to seek professional help. Kó tọ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ìtorí situation bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ṣe exist. Reach out to them. Whatever you share with them, you have their confidentiality. After all, wọn kúkú mọ̀ ẹ́ rí. And they deal with thousands of people like yourself on monthly basis. So tí wọ́n ní wípé kán ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ láti la àsìkò yẹn kọjá. So when you find yourself, feeling lonely in that, hard time you're going through, and you feel like the world is closing up on you, you feel that you're being suffocated, you're losing breath, what you need to do is just to reach out. When you speak to people, it's like a release. Ọkàn á fúyẹ́, ara á balẹ̀. Especially when you speak to the right kind of people. Ọ̀rọ̀ tá tẹnu wọn jáde, ọ̀rọ̀ àlàáfíà ni. Tá tún fún ẹ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti la ọjọ́ yẹn kọjá and hope for tomorrow. So remember to take advantage of the people you have around you. But ahead of time, I advise you, build quality people around yourself. Not nuisance, I repeat. Èrò ò nídìí èrò, èèyàn ló need. So gbogbo àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ yí ẹ ká, o mọ ẹni tẹ́nu ẹ̀ bò, o mọ ẹni tẹ́nu ẹ̀ ò bò, o mọ ẹni tó ní làákàyè, o mọ ẹni tí ò ní làákàyè. O mọ ibi tí èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan dá sí, depending on what you're going through. Depending on the situation I'm going through, I know who to talk to, who not to talk to. Because n bá ń go through nǹkan tó jẹ mọ́ finance nsìn, mi ò lè pe lágbájá because mo mọ ẹni báyìí tí mo lè pè. Or pátápátá màá pe accountant ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀ nípa àpàdé àlùdé kíní gan, professional lòun. Gbogbo ohun tó bá dẹ̀ sọ fún mi níbẹ̀ yẹn, I can take it on board. Tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó relate mófin náà ni, rather than kó ń pè èèyàn kan, wọ́n wá ń ṣí ẹ lọ́nà, wọ́n sọ fún ẹ pé ó ṣe màmá Dayari, kíní kan báyìí la lọ ṣe, pé lọ́ọ̀yà o. Lọ́ọ̀yà máa kọ́kọ́ gbowó consultation lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, bá fání gbólóhùn ni wọ́n ń pè. 200, 250. Á dẹ̀ bí ẹ, do you promise that whatever you say to me is the truth and nothing but the truth? wàá sọ pé yes bismillah wọ́n á ní kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀. Gbogbo ohun tó wù kó sọ fún lọ́ọ̀yà, òfin dè wípé ó ń láti keep it confidential. Even bó tẹ̀lé ilé ẹjọ́ gan kò ní sọ. You must not disclose whatever is between the lawyer and the client. So you have to be free láti sọ gbogbo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ fún wọn. And from their wealth of experience, wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ, madam, this is your situation, this is your situation, this is means that I think we can explore within the law. This is what I think we can explore also outside the law. Gbogbo ẹ̀ láyé wà fún. If you don't reach out, you don't know. You don't seek help, you don't find. You don't open your mouth, you don't get. Téèyàn bá dẹ̀ pa ẹnu ẹ̀ dé, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Àìlè sọ̀rọ̀ ara àwọn kọ́ndímẹ́ǹtì tó fi ń sebẹ̀ orí ibú ni. Tó o bá fẹ́ kórí ẹ burú tán pátápátá, open your mouth and speak. And speak to the right people. Tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ báyàn sọ̀rọ̀ náà, don't go with the intention pé nǹkan tó wù ẹ́ láti gbọ́ ló fẹ́ kàn sọ fún ẹ. Then you are not helping yourself. Kọ́ tó bá ti gbọ́ nǹkan tí ò yẹ kó gbọ́, wàá mú wọn lọ́ta ni. So má lọ disturb àwọn ẹni ẹlẹ́ni if you just want people to lie to you. Don't step out. Just stay and be dealing with your issue privately. But if you really want a solution and you think these people have what it takes, then be ready to hear whatever they need to tell you. Ó tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn kò tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn, ó dùn mọ́ ẹnu kò dùn mọ́ ẹ nínú. Má bọ́dà tí ẹ ní pé o ṣáà fẹ́ jáde nínú situation. So another thing you need to remind yourself when you're going through hard time is you need to take it easy on yourself. Especially if you fall on hard times as a result of your own poor decision, poor choices, mistakes, error. Yes, wàá fẹ́ take it personal. Especially if the loss is huge. But this won't solve the situation. Wọ́n ní ọ̀bẹ gé ọmọ lọ́wọ́ àsọ̀bẹnù. Ọ̀bẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ bá kanra mọ́bẹ. Kò ní dí ojú egbò yẹn. Ohun tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ focus lé lórí is how to stop the bleeding and band the wound, put some antiseptic on it so that it doesn't get infected. Kó má di nǹkan tó máa kúkú wá gé ọwọ́ yẹn pátápátá. Learn to take your mind off what has happened. Yes. Reflect rather than getting stuck in the past. So, and what normally happens when things like this happen is, but those things only, pushes you into that negative space where you can't operate, you can't function, and you are nearing depression. You need to understand that you are human. You will make mistakes. What you need to do in that moment is to just do a reflection. A reflection just takes you through the whole process again to see where and how you made that mistake. Sometimes it's overconfident. Oh, biotin share several times and you just felt, you know what, bother, matter. Secondly, it might be that you're too daring. Wọ́n bá ẹ sọ ò gbọ́, you just got carried away with the thrill of it. Sometimes ó lè jẹ́ wípé o ò ní ìmọ̀ tó lórí nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn ni. You're naive. You took that decision based on, your limited knowledge. Ìgbà míì ó dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ wípé o jẹ́ èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé you don't consider consequences. Tó bá kàn ti you do things on impulse. Nǹkan kan wá o kàn take decision yẹn lójú ẹsẹ̀. O ò rò ó dópin pé níbo ni kinní yìí máa já mi sí. So you can run through that process and find out what you need to learn, because you must use it as a learning curve rather than using it to, depress yourself. No, you can't do that. Tearing yourself down won't help. What will help is for you to learn from the experience and grow through it, not just go through it. Grow through that experience and come out wise. So kò sí nǹkan tí n bá ṣe tó tí n bá ti cause me loss. Màá wá ìpè ṣẹ̀gẹ́ o tó ti san tuition fee ignorance. That's how I interpret it. And the next thing I do is, how can I maximize this tuition fee? Kí ni gbogbo nǹkan tí mo lè kọ́ from this experience so that this loss will not be a waste? And I can use the knowledge I gain from, that bad experience to do greater things. That's how I turn bad situations around. That's how I turn it around. Mistake here kan mo máa ń fẹ́ ṣe. I don't like to repeat a mistake twice. I like to make new mistakes, because each mistake I make, adds to my wealth of experience and knowledge. But repeating the same mistake shows that I'm not learning, I'm not growing. So from every incident, I like to learn from it. Màá process again, màá tún gbogbo ẹ̀rọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Màá wo kí ni fault mi, kí ni mi ṣe dáadáa ń bẹ̀, gbogbo everything. And then I pick what I need to pick, learn from the situation, and move on from there. So that in my journey forward, if I see traces of nǹkan tí mo ti là kọjá yẹn, because you see in life, gbogbo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí, but they are happening in different dimensions. But gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá wò fínífíní, wàá rí pé eléyìí náà ni. Just like àwọn tó ń ṣe Ponzi scheme yẹn ni. Wọ́n á gbé sábẹ́ product, wọ́n á gbé sábẹ́ service, wọ́n á gbé sábẹ́ investment. It's the same Ponzi scheme. Tricking you to reap without sowing. Telling you that you can, ignore a germination period, plant and reap tomorrow, and eat that fruit. Kò possible. N tó gbìn á kọ́kọ́ kú, tó bá yá á rúwé, á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa dìde, wàá máa weed ẹ̀, then á so ọmọ, á ga, ọmọ yẹn á mature kó tó lè mú or kó tó lè jẹ. Ṣùgbọ́n o kàn fẹ́ gbìn lénìí, o fẹ́ ká lọ́la, o dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ. N tí Ponzi scheme dúró fún nìyẹn. So no matter how they now place it in front of you, báyà wọ́n ní kó wá ṣe fish farming ni, wọ́n ní kó wá ta grains ni, wọ́n ní kó wá ra cream ni, wọ́n ní kó mú 2 people wá, kó mú 2 people wá ni, wọ́n ní anything they tie it around, it's still the same principle. So tó bá ti learn ẹ̀ẹ̀kan, kò yẹ kán tún gbé míì dé kó tún torí bọ̀. You must understand pé irú kinní náà ni. Ẹ̀ẹ̀kan yẹn ló yẹ kó jẹgbá yẹn, ẹ̀ẹ̀kan yẹn ló yẹ kó lárí mọ́, ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ló yẹ kó lo tuition fee yẹn kó fi ní wisdom. But tí wọ́n gbá ẹ lélẹ̀, wọ́n gbá ẹ nítọ̀hún all the time, ló ṣáà ń sọ pé ẹ tó ti lárí mọ́ ti then you are senseless. Learn from the experience. O kàn blame ara ẹ ni. Blaming won't help you. So Remember, you are human. You make mistakes. Everyone does. Kì í ṣe ìwọ nìkan. It's life. Now, some you will be unable to fix. Just accept it and move on. Some you can fix. It will take time. Yes, go through it. And some kò tí ì bàjẹ́ tán, o lè rí nǹkan kan tí kò ń díẹ̀. Ó ti bàjẹ́ but tó ṣáà rí nǹkan kan salvage. Salvage whatever you can salvage and move on with it. But let the experience stay with you, not the bitterness. Because you need it as you are going, because another one is waiting for you. And you must be able to apply yourself better at that time. So another thing you need to remember is this. In hard times is when you need to take care of yourself the most. Self-care does a lot to ease our suffering during hard times. But unfortunately, this is the time we hurt ourselves the most. This is the time we take focus from ourselves, and we are so fixated on the situation we're going through. Time ló máa make kanlẹ̀ all the time. Time ló máa pòṣé. Time ló máa ní kó lọ wẹ̀ ò ní wẹ̀ ò túnra ṣe. Time ló máa sọ fún ẹ wípé wá nǹkan jẹ. Ebi ò pa mo ti lose appetite. Time yẹn ló ní sùn. Already, what you're going through is draining your energy. It's affecting your mental state. And you think the best thing you can do is to heap more misery on yourself. No, that won't help. You need to practice self-care in hard times. Eat well. Get yourself in activities that can take your mind off what you're going through. Take care of yourself. Eat healthy, not junk food. Prepare yourself good meals. Take maximum care of yourself. Take care of yourself at that moment. Because by taking care of yourself as best as possible, it will help you to stay sharp. It will keep you in that positive, keep you at that optimal positive level that you need to be able to function. Kò ní máa rẹ̀ all the time. Wà sharp, because in hard times you need to stay sharp mentally. When you are dull, when you are drained, gbogbo nǹkan tó máa ṣe máa wrong ni. Ó máa wrong ni. So, but to maintain that mental alertness, you need to take care of yourself. You need to put that situation aside. Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀. How do I move on from here? And all I do, tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, or the news is, yes, mi ń deny pé nǹkan báyìí dé. Yes, ó dé. But quickly, I detach myself from it, because otherwise, á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa drag me lọ ibi tí mi fẹ́ lọ. It go start to dey take me where I no wan go. So quickly, màá tètè bọ́lẹ̀ nínú mọ́tò yẹn. Because it can't dey carry me go where I no wan go. No, màá tètè bọ́lẹ̀. But me ignore pé kíní yẹn ó wà ńbẹ̀. But I keep telling myself, orí ni kó rò má ronú o. Orí ni kó rò má ronú o. Orí ni kó rò má ronú. With that, I'm telling my mind to respond. Possibilities, weigh out solutions. Mo ń rán ẹ̀mí mi iṣẹ́ ni, mo ń rán ọkàn mi iṣẹ́. Àwọn ibi tẹ́sẹ̀ mi ò lè dé, màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa rán lọ. And at that time, I'm keeping myself, upbeat. I buy things for myself just to keep myself in that good, frame of mind. I just do things to still make myself feel, worthy. This would help you to be able to go through this rough patch and come out on the other end. Now, this one is very critical. What I want to say now. In hard times, you must do everything you can to keep your mind in the present. Ó tough o, because our mind is hard to tame. Especially tó bá dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ news àbí ó bọ́ àwọn situation tó jẹ́ pé ibẹ̀ kọ́ ló fẹ́ wà. Wọ́n máa lọ fòì ní. You must try to keep your mind in the present. You must live in the present moment. Now, mẹ́ta ló wà: past, present, future. When you keep looking back into the past, you'll be depressed. You will suffer from depression because you're keeping yourself stuck in what you can't do nothing about. You'll be filled with regret. You'll be filled with sorrow. You'll be so low. Gbogbo ẹ̀, àbámọ̀ ni wàá máa sọ all the time. Kí n dẹ̀ ti mọ̀, but it won't change what is happening. And these are depressive statements. And they take you low and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. The other one is to keep looking at the future. Ntí ò tíì dé, kò ti pa ẹ́ lẹ̀. Ntí ò tíì ṣẹlẹ̀. And as human, this is how we think. We think of the worst. When situations happen, we don't think of a good outcome. We always think of the worst outcome, bad outcome. And then we focus on that. Ikú ọ̀la ló ti pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sílẹ̀ lónìí. Anxiety. Bọ̀lá ò tíì dé. N tó ń pa ẹ́ yẹn ò tíì ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá tiẹ̀ rí fìrífìrí ẹ̀, because it's always good to, take a glimpse into the future. And this is where planning comes in place. Think ahead of, possibly we talked about people who have common sense. They plan. They look at, every gray areas. They look at every blind spot and make provisions. So you can do that, but not let the fear of the unknown kill you. So when you stay focused in the past, the pressure will not allow you to enjoy the present. When you are so fixated on the unknown tomorrow, anxiety will not allow you to enjoy the present. So you must ensure that you don't get trapped into these two loops, because they're both negative. Thinking of, I could have done better in Bamati Shele. I could have done gbogbo àkùdà yẹn. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa dà. And then the other end of the spectrum is, kí la wá ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí? Kí ni bá lọ dé báyìí ńkọ́? Tí kí ni bá lọ ṣe báyìí ńkọ́? kí ni bá lọ ṣe báyìí kọ́? Neither of these extreme ends are useful to you in hard time. Do everything possible not to get stuck in either of these ends. Yes, I've said it earlier. Reflect on the past and draw lessons from it. And let the past stay in the past. Take a glimpse into the future and put in place maybe whatever plans, again, contingency plans on what you foresee. But return back to the present. That is where you are productive. That is where you can affect your tomorrow positively. Do not let the depressive thought of the past and the anxiety of the future kill you. Stay in the moment. And then this other one you need to remember is this. And this one is so personal to me, and I learned it um, at it to be 6 7 years now. You must understand that hard times, I term them to be um, waves of chaos, and this moment are the disruptive force pushing us into the next phase of our lives. And you need to yield to it. We struggle with situations that we don't want. We try to force things to go our way. This is the other part of life that I told you about, that some things will happen by design, because they need to happen for you to get to the next phase of your life. So this one, they're not happening because of your own failure or your own poor choices or your own decision or whatever. You're not getting evicted from that because you failed to pay your rent or you damaged the house. But the owner just want to, move on. And that simply means that there's something better out there for you. You didn't get kicked out of that job because um, you were insubordinate or you come late to work or you don't do what you're supposed to do. In fact, you're a star employee, but somehow they're laying you off. And then you're doing everything possible to ensure that you remain on the job because you think that is the best you can ever get, including taking decisions that would debase you because you just want to keep that position. You must understand that this moment come to tell you something and you need to listen. In this desperate moment, you need to stop fighting and befriend the turbulence. In this desperate moment, you need to stop flailing around and just go with the flow. Otherwise, you will sink. You must ride on this wave of chaos. Take it as a disruptive force that is sent your way to push you, because left to you, ní gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn, but wọ́n láti rán ìjì yẹn wá láti fẹ́ ẹ dànù síbi tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó lọ. You must pay attention. So when things are happening around me that kò yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Number one, I trust the timing and the plan of my maker. Ẹni tó dá mi. Ọba ètò ni mo máa ń pè é. Because ó ti tò àwọn nǹkan kan tó yẹ pé mo bá ń pè mo fọ́ o. Nígbà tó ń tò yẹn kò yé mi. Mo jìyà gan, mo struggle gan. Ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó yá mo wá rí pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni, ó bá ti má jà pátá rárá, kò bá kàn calm down. Ṣé bí ni kíní tí ẹ máa padà já sí? So ó nídìí tó fi ṣẹlẹ̀. Oh wow. There are mistakes that have been made in 2009 tó jẹ́ pé 2012 ló wá wúlò. Nígbà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2009 yẹn, ṣe ló dàbí pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń happen báyìí. Ó dàbí pé ayé àparẹ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó di 2012 ní ìdí títí 2009 yẹn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ló wá yé mi pé oh boy, ilé láti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní time sódà máa lò ní time because dead end léléyìí. Kábíyèsí ọba ètò ó rọ́lá. So, and series of events like that has happened in my life, such that I trust his timing, I trust his judgment, I trust his plans. And when things happen that are not comfortable, not palatable, not, they're disruptive, they're inconvenient, all I do is just, okay, ibo lele ń gbé mi lọ, kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀? Màá fọ́ lẹ́rọ̀ màmá wòran ni. Because aspect tèmi tó yẹ kí n ronú kí n tó ṣe nǹkan, mo ṣe. Aspect tèmi tó yẹ kí n má kọjá àyè mi, kí n má ṣe jura mi lọ, mo ṣe. So gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kí èmi ṣe níkàáwọ́ mi, mo ṣe. So tẹ́lẹ̀ bá tún wá ṣẹlẹ̀, okay, ó nídìí. Ìdí yẹn mo wá fẹ́ mọ̀ sí. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìdí yẹn wá kò ní jẹ́ kó gbé mi mì. Ibi tó fẹ́ gbé mi lọ yẹn mo fẹ́ rí. So mi ò ní jẹ́ kó gba ọrùn lójú mi, màá sùn o. Torí mo ti mọ̀ pé ẹni tó níṣẹ́ ti bọ́ sójú iṣẹ́ nìyẹn. I let him do his job. Má gbé mi lọ. I trust you. Pé bí ire ló máa já mi sí. But I'm able to come to this point because I've gone through this situation over and over and over and over again. So I now understand it. But fẹ́ni tí ò ní irú ìrírí àbí òye àbí experience tẹ́lẹ̀ is tough. So everything I've been sharing for the past hour are not easy stuff. Mo ṣe sọ wípé ó dáa ká gbọ́, ká mọ̀ ọ́n lẹ̀ kó tó dìgbà tá a nílò ẹ̀. Torí ìgbà tá a nílò ẹ̀, irú ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ò ṣe gbọ́ o. Kò ṣe gbọ́ rárá, kò ní bọ́ síbi tó dáa lára èèyàn. But when you know it ahead of time, tó fi pamọ́ síbì kan, you have something to tap into, to draw from and use. So torí pé mi ti gba ọ̀nà yẹn severally, tí n bá ti dé ọ̀nà tó jọ, ọ̀tún bá ń pẹ́ ọmọ àtún ti já síbí again. Okay. Ẹni tó mọ̀nà ó yá, gbé mi o. Mi ò mọ ibi kankan bí o. I just hand over the journey to you. Pé gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kí èmi ṣe lèmi ti ṣe. So you must remember this as well. And yield yourself in this moment to take you to where you're supposed to be. And usually, it's a safe place. It's a better place. It's a place that you will actually want to be, but o rò pé ọmọ mi lè débẹ̀ o. Agbára tó ju tiẹ̀ lọ yẹn ló fẹ́ gbé ẹ débẹ̀ yẹn. And then the last one as I round up, I won't stop saying this, is gratitude. Yeah, it's becoming like a buzzword. It's becoming irrelevant. It's becoming pé ká ṣáà sọ. Ó nídìí. Gratitude, it's a powerful tool that we don't appreciate enough, that is very, very useful in navigating hard times. Because what gratitude does to you is that it keeps your thoughts under control. It keeps your focus on your past victories. It keeps your focus on things that you have. It takes your mind away from those things that scares you or from those things that you don't have. Once you have things to be thankful for, you can't lose hope. Because it brings a kind of energy. Pé kí n tó nígbà yẹn náà, nǹkan báyìí mo là kọjá o. So la kíní ẹ̀ kọjá, o dẹ̀ kọjá ẹ̀, o dẹ̀ ní. And when you look around, suddenly you realize pé kíní tí mo ní gan kan ò tí ì débẹ̀ yẹn o, wọn ò tí ì ní o. So káwọn náà dẹ̀ tó ní kíní, wọn náà máa larú nǹkan báyìí kọjá ṣá. Wàá dúpẹ́. Gratitude helps you to take away your mind from, beating down yourself, from dwelling on sad things. It lifts you into that realm of, actually it's not that bad. Ayọ̀pẹ̀ yọ̀. O ṣì rí nǹkan kan dúpẹ́ lé lórí. And it shows it is not over. It is not the end. Ọ̀nà àbáyọ ṣì wà. Bíbélì wípé ìrètí ń bẹ fún igi tí a bẹ́ lórí. Níwọ̀n ìgbà tí gbòǹgbò ẹ̀ bá ṣì wà nínú ilẹ̀ tó ń kan omi, igi yẹn ò kú o. Ó ṣì máa rúwé. So wá bẹ́ olórí ni pẹ̀lú ohun tó ń là kọjá, a ò fà ẹ́ tù. You are still connected to the source. You can still be revived. You can still come back up. You can still recover all. You can still get back on your feet. As long as you are grateful that you have not been uprooted. Agé ni o, a ò fà mí tù. Be grateful that you have a covenant that cannot be annulled. They can take whatever they want from you. You can lose everything. Or you have a covering, you have a covenant that says you will recover all. And this is all you need in moments of hard time. So my friends, this is what I have for you tonight. These are things to remember. Ní ìgbà tí ìjì bá dé, tí ìgbà bá le, tí nǹkan ò bá lọ bó ṣe yẹ kó lọ. you need to remember these things. They would help you as you pass through hard times. Thank you very much for listening to me tonight. It's a pleasure to have you always. And until we meet again next week, Friday, remain blessed and God bless you. Hodaro.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ká ṣe bí ẹni kú káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹ̀rù tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀rọ̀ pa orí dání wọn ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀? Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn ń lò wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Àgbà tó ti ṣe tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́.